Welcome to Off Good Victory. So what am I doing here today? Well, I'm just filling some propane bottles, right? Recharging them. So, a lot of people don't realize that these 1 pound propane canisters you get for all sorts of camping appliances, lights, stoves, all of that good stuff rely on these little propane canisters that are 1 pound. Now, at most campsites, people just use it and throw it away, but they don't realize that they actually could recharge them and they are reusable, right? So let's go ahead and reuse it because the cost of refilling this guy is way cheaper than this guy, right? So in these times, we want to be economical and we want to be eco-friendly and all that great stuff and sustainable, right? So yeah, we use these 20-pound containers. They're the barbecue style. We use those all the time for our stoves, for heating, for our generators. But these little 1 pound guys are really handy if you just want to backpack it in and things like that. So let's go ahead and show you how we do it. So the first thing is what you're going to need is an adapter that will go from 20 pounds to 1 pound. That's number one. You can get the standard just fitting itself, or you can get something like this, which is a little bit fancier. It's a hose that has a valve, and so you can go ahead and charge, and then you can go ahead and close, right? So anyway, this one's closed. So if you do it this method from a completely empty propane tank, you're probably going to only fill it about 50%, maybe 60%. And so there are guys who recommend on YouTube using a refrigerator or freezer to get the temperature down on these propane tanks so that you can fill more propane into it. So you stick it in the refrigerator, then you do this again, and you stick it in the refrigerator or freezer and do this again, okay? So that'll probably get you as much as maybe up to 70% full charge, but never 100%. And so let me show you and demonstrate how you can get a 100% charge using this setup. So first of all, let's go ahead and show you, here's a propane tank. This one is completely empty and it's 0.9 pounds. So I'll put it right here and I'll just show you that it's completely empty. And I'm using this Torx driver, but you can use just a 1/8 bit and put it on there. So here's one I charged previously, just the standard method that most people do. And yeah, I didn't even get 50% charge. I literally only got about, let's say, 30% charge on this particular guy. But here, let me show you this guy that I just did using the new method that I'm showing you. I got 2 pounds, right? So really 1 pound, because you're subtracting off the net weight of this guy. So here's a full charge of 1 pound of propane, a little bit over. But that's what I wanted to demonstrate today. So how do you get to that? This method also helps because if you're off-grid like me, your refrigeration, your freezing is all kind of valuable, right? So this method, you do waste propane a little bit, but what you get back is then a full charge. So what you want to do is depress the valve and start releasing all the gas. And as the gas totally releases, and I would say, half of what I just charged from here, then what you want to do is bring it back in here to here, and then go ahead and fill it again. Now, what that is the old ideal gas law, PV equals nRT, and so pressure and temperature are directly proportional or related, same as volume, right, to temperature. So by releasing this gas, letting it go from liquid to gas, what you're doing is decreasing the temperature of this entire can. And as you do that, when you put it on a 20-pound tank and as it equalizes, you're going to push in more propane. And so you do that a couple times, and then at some point you'll get to a state where you can go ahead and completely fill up your tank like you bought it at the store, right? The 1 pound tank. So yeah, here's something you can do to get that full charge. Now, obviously you're gonna lose some propane. Roughly, you're gonna probably lose about a third of what you put in, but for me on a long camping trip. Then I don't have to carry this big old guy. It's worth it to fully charge it to that. But yeah, if I was just at home, just using little pound propane tanks, I would, just go ahead and charge it to the 50%, 70%, and let that be. But if I wanted to go on trips and I just wanted to take the 1 pound tanks, I would just go ahead and fill it up all the way using this method of taking and releasing all the gas off of one charge and then going back and completely charging it again, and then you should be able to get up to 1 pound in here. So anyway, that's the little trick for this day. Alrighty.